Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video we're checking out this champion right here, the brand new dwarf mythical. Is she breaking the mold? We've also, funny enough, in this faction war run I did, I've got the two other mythicals in there as well. Check out, this is the money shot, kaboom. And check this out as well, Torment synergy, look at that. Basically, Torment, whenever an enemy who's frozen takes damage from burns, he gets to do an A1. There's 5 enemies right there. They're frozen by Hilvi, burned by her. She activates the burn, so we had 5 people take damage. So Torment doing some machine gun attacks. Pretty cool. That's sort of, as I said, that's sort of her money shot. But yeah, we got the 2 other dwarf mythicals. Let's be honest, they're 2 of the worst mythicals. And there's a non-money shot right there. We could see her A2 not doing all that much. We're going to do a damage test. I've got loads of testing for different bosses. But yeah, Cinda Forgeheart. Is she a flop, as all the other dwarf mythicals have been, despite being buffed? Or is she breaking that trend? Is she actually good? I can tell you right now, slight spoiler, I'm kind of mixed on her. Bam, it's a decent hit right there. He's a very tanky enemy, to be fair, and she kind of needs lots of enemies burned to really be at her max potential. But she can be pretty good. Let's jump ahead to the boss, and then we'll talk about this champion's kit. Oh, we come to the boss. She's dead. Oh, she died on the wave. Okay, let's wait for her to get revived. Here we go. She's been revived. Goes in. Decent A1. Decrease attack as well. We just see a couple of her hits against the boss, hopefully. She might die again. If she does, it's not a huge deal. Cool. This boss is difficult. So there she goes in. Her AoE against the boss, it's okay. She's going to be damage boosting our team. I'll walk you through her kit in a second. Want to see her A2. Unfortunately, this boss is just a real pain for the dwarves, I'll be honest with you. He's outrun the burns, so she can't properly activate the burns. But I had her swap back into Form 1. She's gone in. That move is a double hitter, but she killed herself on the first hit. But we get to see a cool part of her passive. She revives with the magma shield. That's pretty cool. And we'll get to see her hopefully do a big hit on her next turn. Let's find out. Here we go. Torment's going to do a smack. You can see some Torment damage. Thing from Fralny. Look at that. That's a big hit right there. She hit so hard that she actually gave herself Berserk. So big single target damage in the base form, and she's dead again. I don't know if we actually beat this boss. Yes, looks like we will. Let's see. Does she get a final hit in? Looks like she was just revived. No, she's been stunned, so probably not. Stunned and she's dead. But I mean, here we go. Look, in terms of overall and I've got Fralny in like lethal stone skin. Torment is in 6-piece Slayer. They're both in decent builds. Cinda, to be fair, in faction wars has done a lot of damage. Fjorad wasn't built for damage, but she's out damaged Fralny by a massive margin. It's not a high bar to beat in terms of mythicals. She's out damaged to Torment with Hilvi and also with Cinda to support. Torment, great for the waves, quite weak against the boss. She did very well against the boss. She's okay there. But is she a good champion overall? I have mixed feelings. She's doing some stuff very well, and I'll show you all my testing. And some stuff not so well. And I haven't tested her in Arena yet. We're going to do that live here together. Which brings us to the base form, which is a bit of a problem. Where do we use this base form? This base form is all about big single target damage. But she's very reliant on getting kills. She does an effect here if she kills a target. Her A1, if she kills a target. So she's a single target damage dealer that's not really built for bosses. Simple enough. And this is what I found sort of awkward about her, was her alternate form is also an attack form, but it's coming in with multiple AoEs. We have AoE burns, AoE decreased defense. We're decreasing enemies' defense permanently. We're giving our team 15% more damage against enemies under burn. So for wave-based content, I certainly found I was going towards her alternate form much more. And her alternate form is also good against bosses. I did test both her alternate and her base form, and I'll show you the numbers for a couple of the boss. For Hydra, I didn't do it for Chimera because there's no quick battle. It takes too long, but I'll show you my Chimera testing as well. But I tested her for Demon Lord and Hydra, and I'll show you the results there. Spoiler, the alternate form is slightly better. So yeah, base form, where do we use it? What's it all about? Well, passive. Start of each round, and whenever she's revived, we saw that already, she gets a magma shield equal to 300% of her attack for a turn. Cool. I've got no gear in her right now, and we'll reset her mastery so we can do some damage testing. But yeah, I mean, let's say you've got 7,000 attack, you're getting like a 21,000, which I think is reasonable enough. You're starting off with a 21,000 point shield, which is cool. Not game breaking, but it's nice, right? And that magma shield, it reflects all of that damage back to anyone who damages it. 100% of the damage is reflected back, which is cool. She takes 30% less damage from enemies while she's under magma shield, and she also heals for half of her max HP when a magma shield buff on them expires or is removed by damage. So if she gets revived by somebody, like if Hilvia revives her and she's at half health or whatever, she's going to heal up another half of her max HP when the magma shield goes away, which is going to give her some decent survivability. And I'm curious to see how this is going to work in PvP. As you saw, it's not super impactful against boss fights. She's still going to simply die. Her A2 is her big hit. That's what we saw absolutely smack. It's a 4-turn cooldown, ignores 35% defense. Now, if she's under magma shield, it does double damage and ignores unkillable and block damage. Those two buffs, I think, are very much a PvP thing, but this becomes very powerful. Not many champions yet who can give magma shield regularly. She can give it to herself, but it's a little awkward. But yeah, it's doing double damage if you've got magma shield. That's a big deal. Now, if she kills an enemy, she gets an extra turn, and she puts magma shield, the 300% attack magma shield, on her whole team for 2 turns. Cool. And she gets an extra turn. That's great. For A2, this is her way to consistently give herself magma shield. Double hitter, 25% ignore defense, 50% if she's under magma shield, double damage if the target's under shield, and then it just always gives her 50% turn meter and gives her a 200% attack magma shield just for 1 turn. Just for 1 turn. But if you can keep that up, you can maybe do an A2, get your turn meter magma shield, and set up her A3. Right? Her A1, double hitter, ignores 15% defense. If she's got magma shield, 30% defense. And then it will do a surplus damage attack. I haven't tested this. Haven't tested it. This might potentially be kind of crazy. One concern is because it's a double hitter, maybe the splash won't actually be that big compared to, let's say, a Baron who's just a single hit splash, or Siegfried, single hit splash. Because she's a double hit, maybe only half of the damage is actually going to splash. But it seems like it can have crit scaling, so maybe it's still absolutely broken. We'll test it. We'll find out, because I'm not quite sure yet. It's not been relevant to the boss testing that I've been doing so far. But I'm curious for PvP. Now, her alternate form, I think, is much more applicable to more PvE content. What have you got going on here? So she has an active effect with a 1-turn cooldown. So think sort of like Michelangelo shield. When she's hit by an enemy who's under HP burn, she gets magma shield for 300% attack for 1 turn. So it'll just sort of keep her alive until her turn. Cool. So some survivability baked in. That's easy enough to activate. It's okay. Passively, enemies HP burn debuffs ignores block, damage, and unkillable. So for PvP, she's making your burn stronger. We'll try her out with Incinerate. Maybe it could work. Anti-Marishka, we'll see, maybe. And then this is really good. This champion and their allies do 15% more damage against enemies under burn. Okay, cool. Now her A3 is a 3-turn cooldown AoE attack. Before attacking, burns everyone for 3 turns, instantly activates the burn. After that, she will ignore 25% defense, but ignores an additional 5% for each active burn. So if you have 5 burns, she's ignoring 50% defense, which is nutty. You give her a like Savage set, you trigger Helm Smasher, boom, 100% ignore defense. Then she will also place decreased defense at the end. This placing at the end is not a huge deal because she's ignoring so much defense on this move. So this move is hitting extremely hard. But yeah, she's the only other champion, I believe, who can do this in the one move, the single move, is Sulfurion. Burn everyone, then activate it. She's still affinity friendly doing this because it's before attacking. Then she has an affinity, a force affinity attack. Now that attack can really clap. That makes her different from Sulfurion. It does open up, I think, some interesting team builds. Her A2 is very interesting as well. 3-turn cooldown. We'll do a damage test now as well so we can see. But 3-turn cooldown, double hit. Each hit decreases the target's defense by 3% up to 30%. So the Cruelty Blessing will give you at 6-star, 20% for bosses, 40% for champions. And you also have champions like Newt, who can also decrease defense. Harima can as well, maybe some others. It will always take whichever one is the highest. It doesn't stack them up together. So you can't run like Cruelty plus the 30% and have 50% decreased defense against bosses. No, it just takes whichever one is higher. But she will stack it higher, same as Newt does, than Cruelty. So she can replace Cruelty in your team for these bosses and in fact be better, give you an additional 10% defense reduction, which is cool, right? So she's in a team with multiple damage dealers. She's giving you decreased defense. She's giving you a 15% damage boost. She's decreasing their defense even more. Very nice. So yeah, this will also then do a max HP hit that is based off of the amount of burn turns that are on the enemy team. So the more burn turns, the more damage she's going to do. It's always a normal hit. It always ignores 100% defense. It is capped for bosses and minions. I actually found it's hitting pretty hard against bosses and minions. And we'll do a proper damage test here, but I found that the raw nuke, the actual hit, is incredibly weak, but the burn procs can sort of add up to it. So for example, against Chimera, this double hit, I was probably hitting for like 200k on each hit, but then the burn ticks were doing like another 200k on each hit. Maybe a little bit more than that altogether, so maybe she's hitting for about 1 million damage. Not crazy damage for my account, but it's sort of a mix of the enemy max HP and this, and Chimera is a single enemy. It's not her best spot. Her A1 is interesting as well. You get an attack, you ignore 10% defense. More, you get an additional 5% defense ignore for each enemy with burn. If there's 5 enemies, you're at the max, which is 35% total. So 5 times 5, 25, plus 10 to get to 35. And it places decreased attack. If this champion is Magma Shield, it's an AoE. Found it's pretty inconsistent, this. Pretty inconsistent to get that AoE attack. It's not gonna happen very often. Maybe if you ran her with Pelops, or yeah, maybe if they add more champions with Magma Shield, which they probably will do in the future, that will be a better synergy. But she's not giving herself Magma Shield for very long. You could give her lasting gifts to try and make it longer. That might be ideal, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I think you could totally do that. You could ditch the cycle of violence, go cycle of magic, grab lasting gifts, try to get more Magma Shield out of her. But yeah. So yeah, her alternate form. Cool. Let's do a damage test. Here we go. So what I'm gonna do, gonna reset her masteries. We'll just give her crit rate, crit damage, just so make sure she's at 100%. I'm going to compare her to Tholen, who I've tested her against for multiple bosses. Now, Tholen is going to have a bit of... sorry, I'll take all this gear off here. Remove it. Actually, no, sorry, I can leave this gear on. I'm an idiot. So we'll test him with the gear on. My bad, my bad. So it's this gear set here. We can test it with the direct gear. We just need to remove the masteries because the Helm Smasher procs and the slightly different masteries could throw it off. Give them the same thing. So they got... We actually didn't need the crit rate, so we could give them no masteries. That's fine. No relic. Now, he has a 6-star Nature's Wrath. For the sake of the damage testing, let's swap that to Nourish. Okay? But I'll break it down. I guess I could have removed it. I didn't think of it. I've already done the testing for the clan bosses, but we'll bear that in mind when we look at the clan bosses, that he will be, slightly ahead. So here we go. Actually, I'm going to leave Lazarius in there. Let's put in Tholen. We'll put her in as well. Why not? And let's go. We just want to see the rough damage that we're going to get out of Tholen. We'll swap the gear onto her, and then we will compare. So here we go. Against this wave, Tholen, smack, smack. That's how much damage he is doing. And we're going to give... They're in the same faction. They're the same affinity. Going to give the exact same gear to her. So let me get my notes up. Hang on a sec. Oh, I totally forgot to pause it. Right. Hopefully I remember to edit that out. Let's do Venus. Sure. A2 the Venus. Cool. Great. Nice hit. I'm using I meant to switch out this mouse. Hopefully by the time this video goes live, there's a couple of days embargo. I'll have got out my backup mouse, my old mouse, and I'll just be using that. Or maybe I'll try fix this one. I keep ranting about this mouse and not fixing it like a freaking idiot. So over here, the Tholen, we've got 146k. Grand. I'm totally going to forget to edit that out, so apologies. And let's see his A1 as well. We're probably going to have to deal with it. Let's see his A1. Slam. Cool. And he plays some weekends, but that's fine. It's something he actually does. 206k. We'll round it up. Right, great. Let's swap the gear over to her. The exact same gear. It's not absolute max damage gear. I'll show you what I mean in a second. That basically, I've given them a resist banner, which is basically setting us up to have enough resistance for my Chimera testing. That's why they're in the resist banner. But just to give you a vibe, actually, for the stats, I should have shown it to you properly there if I go to recently used. So you can see the stats she's in. So what we have 6-piece Merciless, 2-piece Cruel, and a Pinpoint. Cool. And she is going in with 7.7k attack, 300% crit damage. Yeah, I think it's fair enough. And like without the masteries fully done, those stats will go a bit higher. She's got no relic on. I think they're respectable stats to get a vibe. Again, we're looking to just compare her here to Tholin anyway. We're going to have to test both of her forms. So let's go. Okay. Single target, we're going to go for the Venus. A3. This should be her biggest hitter. It's a massive hit. Absolutely huge. Okay, so she does a huge nuke here. So this is Cinda base. A3, A2, A1. Okay, so Tholin's single target's 146. She did 408. So absolutely huge nuke. Even if she didn't have the double damage, guys, she'd still be hitting for 200k. So it's very comparable to Tholin out of the gate. So no question, big single target. Big single target nuke right there. She's not benefiting from... We'll have to change the mastery for her alternate form. I'll do that and forget to edit it out. Her A2 is still pretty good. It is big single target damage. We're looking at 327k. I put it in the wrong spot. My bad. It's like double clicking and stuff as well. It's like unselecting stuff. Let's see her A1. So, I mean, her base form, when we're looking here, going towards Arena, I mean, she is hitting really hard. Now, okay, that A1, the A1, not so much, huh? The A1, not so much. 137k. It's way weaker. Okay, what we want to do now, let's put in Lydia. And let's see, is that enough to see the splash damage? I don't know if it will be. Let's see if we can find out. We can put in someone else to soften them up if we need to as well. Okay, can she one-shot and splash? No. Okay, so let me put in someone who's going to hit pretty hard. Let's go by rank. Who would hit pretty hard? Quite a few mythical options right here. Predator might soften them up. And I think he should be fast enough. Let's try. He might just kill them. He might hit too hard. We'll give it a go. Let me pause it. I'll come back if we don't kill them. How about that? Predator just one-shot the wave. He just killed everything. Predator out. Frawley might soften. Aphida should do pretty good. I hope. Let's try this one. Okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's not ideal. Right, we're gonna kill her. Well, we should still see the splash damage. Okay, fine. Here we go. We'll see the splash damage onto him. So we hit her. 130, 120. There we go. We hit him for 400 splash. So, splash testing. We hit 130k per hit. We splashed 430k. Logic, right? You hit someone for 130,000 damage, okay? So it's like you. If we do it's my favorite thing about splash damage in this game. It's absolutely absurd. It's like you owed Mr. Jones 40 euro. You have 130 euro. You pay off Mr. Jones. What is the surplus? How much do you have left? Obviously, 430 euro. Because if you have 130, you paid 40, you get 430 back, right? It's logic. That's the game logic. Unfortunately, is it silly? Yeah, also her name is not Cena, it's Cinda. Yeah. How is it working for anyone who doesn't know? Basically, the way that it works is your damage multiplier system is usually like, with an attack champ like this, it'd be attack with a crit, you're doing double damage, and then it adds on your crit damage multiplier as well. So with 300% crit damage bonus, well, we're just hitting for basically the base plus 300%. So we're hitting for 4 times damage. It will apply mastery bonuses, book bonuses as well, blessing bonuses, maybe relic bonuses, gem bonuses. It apply all these bonuses. With the splash damage, in her case, because there's no limitations on it, it's going to take then the damage that she dealt. So it'll be the surplus. So it'll be like the what? So instead of like 7,000 attack, and we had increased attack, so it'd be more like instead of 10,000 attack, and it puts the 10k by crit damage, by books, by blah blah blah. It will take, let's say in this case, 130, and let's say she had 40k health. So we take the 90,000. And then it puts that 90k into the damage multiplier system. So, yeah, in this case, it wasn't quite 90k, but we hit for about 4 times as much. So, yeah, instead of her base 10k attack multiplier going into the attack, it's going to be this. Oh, also, the skill multipliers are a thing as well, of course. So your skill might have, I don't know, it doesn't look like a particularly strong one. It might be like a 2 times attack multiplier per hit. Maybe lower. It might be like 1.3. I don't know. That'll be data mined, but your skill multiplier goes into that stuff as well. But yeah, basically all the multipliers get reapplied, which is why your surplus can be so much higher. Right, let's just simply remove... Oh, here she is. Let's change her blessing to something silly. We'll fix it afterwards. And again, guys, we don't have a relic. We don't have Helm Smasher. Would she hit a lot harder with Helm Smasher? Obviously, she would. We're not trying to see how hard she can hit, because I just don't think that's very useful info to anyone. What we're trying to do is to see how her damage compares to Tholen, because Tholen is a champion hopefully a lot of you will know, so you can compare it, right? So let's metamorph. Okay, here we go. Let's see how her A3 hits here. This is her big hit. Bam! It's a massive nuke. It is a great AoE nuke. Really strong. A3, 1.4 million. Like, she's right now, she's looking juicy, right? Tholen did 371. Cinda, huge damage, right? I will say, guys, this is a little bit misleading. You might be thinking right now, gosh, she's insane. The damage in practice is going to be crazy, right? She looks so good on paper. Let's see her A2. Now, this time, we don't have any burns, so we're getting no max HP. Here we go. That's the direct damage of that move without enemy max HP. 300. It's poor. It's, you know, it's a little weaker than Tholen's, but yeah. A big thing about Tholen, by the way, he does ramp up his damage. If you're sorry, okay. If you're thinking, gosh, the damage looks real bad, remember, Tholen does increase his attack over the course of a fight, which is going to make him a good bit stronger, and that's a big part of what's going on right here. And then she's got a single target A1 here. Attacker, 72,000. So, yeah, quite a come down after quite a come down after that. So, yeah, her single target, her A1's nothing too special. Let's be real. But yeah, if you were excited about that big A3 in her base form, you're like, wow, that's crazy single target damage. She's got some crazy AoE damage with that A3. It is a very, very juicy attack. It's very strong. One slight downside, and it's a downside as well with Tholen, which we've seen in previous testing. It is quite possible, because he ignores 50% against bosses, so he will do more damage, by the way, to bosses on that A2. But yeah, he will stack up to 50% attack, so by the end of a fight, in a longer fight, Tholen will be doing 50% more damage. He will be ignoring more defense against bosses, but in this situation, where you've got 50% ignore defense, and with Cinda, where you can have 50% ignore defense, and same in her base form. Let's say we go into somewhere like Hydra. Now here, I've got 35 plus what? I've got 40%, right? What? So 40% from the set. What if I trigger Helm Smasher, another 25%? What if I've got Cat's Gaze for another 20%? What then if I've got area bonuses for Hydra, another 20%? What if I buffer? I have someone on the team that gives her 15% shatter, another 15% ignore defense. We're miles over 100% ignore defense, and all that extra does nothing. So in a sense, we've set her up quite well. And we set up Tholen's A2 to hit quite well because we've got 40% ignore defense from these sets. The more ignore defense you have, until you hit 100%, it just keeps it gets better and better and better, really, up until like 100%. And then it does nothing above 100%. But yeah, that is where we are at. Let me show you some real life testing, real world testing. Here we go. Okay, so basically, these are the different steps of testing that I went through. We did bring in Tholen to have a equality of this stuff as well, but this is to give you a sense. This is my typical team. You can see my level 51 Mavara now with a 5-star soul. She is in there now, right? This is my normal Hydra team. It's doing about 1 billion damage. I did take the relic off of Ninja as well to make it more fair, but he was in the same build as basically she ended up being. But you can see we did 1.08 billion. Ninja did 364. What happens when we bring her in? So first up, I tested her in base form. So I gave her Heaven Cast, same gear as Ninja, no relic, left her in the base form. The damage is terrible, 800 million, and she did 236. So the base form, not good, massive downgrade. I said, okay, we'll put her in the alternate form, give her Nature's Wrath, 1.1 billion. She's back up. There we go. The damage has shot back up. She's giving us obviously a fit, she's not going to be, she's doing really well, to be honest, giving a damage boost to the whole team. Really cool. But yeah, very similar to Ninja, which I think is really impressive because Lady Mikage is in there. So, number one, is she good for Hydra? Base form? No. Alternate form? Hell yeah, baby. That's huge, right? That's really impressive. To do the same damage as Ninja, in fact, the team was even slightly ahead, to do the same as Ninja paired with the Mikage is incredibly impressive. And it makes sense, right? Her alternate form, AoE burns. The burns aren't even doing that much damage, really, but it's just the fact that there's 4 of them out there. There's 4 heads to apply this to, so she can get all that ignore defense. She can be activating the enemy max HP because there's multiple enemies. Great, lovely. And yeah, so that came together really, really well. If I've got the right thing here. Okay, then I tested out some Demon Lords. So first up, I did my Titus team. So this is my Titus team. I don't normally actually put Mad Hatter in. I normally have a rare champion in just to complete it with a rare quest. So you see, Titus did 3 billion damage, breaking the game, which only can display 2 billion in the total score. She's not quite as good as that. So yeah, I tried her here. I think this was in her alternate form, 164. Not great against Demon Lord. And then, maybe this was her base form and this was her alternate form. I put in Tholen. Now, to be fair, Tholen, he's got 6-star blessing. Now, I don't know if he's actually placing weaken much because Hatter is placing weaken. So I don't know if Tholen is actually managing to use his blessing. But Tholen is better. It is quite noticeably better. So, yeah, kind of bad news there. And sort of what I would have expected against the single. Her power for PvE really comes from that alternate form or from splashing the damage, getting kills in her base form. She needs to get kills in her base form, or she needs multiple enemies for her alternate form to really pop off, is the short version. What I then did, because I said, hey, well, to be fair, Tholen self-buffs with increased attack, and she doesn't. We don't have increased attack here. So this is an interesting one as well. And there's a lesson to be learned here. I switched out Androck for Lady Mikage. Okay? So see, the damage went up because we were actually getting more ally attacks. That's cool. Slightly didn't expect that, to be honest. But yeah, we did more damage. Androck is sort of in there more so for... he's in a shield set as well. So he's more in there for the Titus, right? But yeah, Tholen did loads of damage. Great. And then I ran into a problem. I tried it with Cinda, and the team started dying. So Tholen, by decreasing the boss's attack, actually kept the team going. I tried a bunch of times with Cinda, and we just kept dying, to be honest. We just kept dying. So, yeah, kind of a problem. So that's something to know. I think that, like I said, there's a good lesson there, which is her damage might be similar to Tholen there, maybe even better, but don't underestimate this decreasing the target's attack. That's really strong as well. I don't know. It just puts me in a spot where I'm going like against several of these bosses. Oh, I'll show you Chimera. Hang on, let me get up Chimera as well so you can see that. Hang on. Okay, so first up, tried her again. This is Ultra Nightmare Chimera, and I'm trying her again. This is the team I have been running with Ninja, so I don't expect her to do as well here because we got Mikage in. It's obviously a team designed for Ninja, but she's quite similar in her alternate form, right? Ninja is bringing decreased defense. He's bringing HP burn and good damage. She should, in theory, be bringing decreased defense, HP burn, good damage, also decrease attack. And that is something nice for her, definitely. She will open up more trials and whatnot. Unfortunately, Chimera on the test server, when I'm testing this, there's this is a spirit affinity. So I didn't test her against Ninja here. It would be kind of unfair. But, I mean, to put it in context, my Ninja team with Mavara, I think is doing like 300 plus million damage against the Chimera. You can see some of her hits here as well. There's her A1, about 500k. She's in good damage. I gave her a Cat's Gaze for this. I gave her a plus 12 Cat's Gaze with a Boss Slayer gemstone. Same sort of build. There's her A3. You can see about 600k damage. The damage will vary a decent amount based off whether or not she gets a Helm Smasher proc at this point. Obviously, I did this while she had her full masteries built. Her A2, look at that. So that's actually... Oh, pause it. Go back a couple of seconds. Here comes the A2. And this will show you the A2 in practice against a single target boss. And yeah, the damage isn't... It's okay. Look at that. So she hits for 250,000. And that's with a good attack build. She activates enemy max HP damage. Just one enemy with 2 turns of burn, 285. Then she hits again for 260, 306. I don't know why it did more damage the second time. It's kind of weird. I guess, oh, you know what? Probably because she decreases defense. Chimera is... different bosses have different rules for how enemy max HP is capped. It's incredibly unintuitive. I don't fully understand it. There was a decent hit right there, 700k. So you can see she's hitting reasonably well. And in the end, it got a bit spicy at the end. We had a few deaths, but we did 120 million damage. She's the wrong affinity. She did 78 million. I don't think that's... might barely be enough to 1 key. I did see there it went a little bit wrong. That's part of it. Now, funny enough, I did... Look at this. Look at it. It just... The game bugged out for like... This looks like a small amount of time. It's like 10 minutes. I had to restart the run. Let me get up the other video file. Okay, and here we go. So then I did the same thing. I tested with Tholen. You can see he's died against the Ram form. But we tested with Tholen. Let's actually see... Go back to the ultimate form. Let's see how hard Sir Tholen is hitting Mr. Ultimate form here. No decreased defense out right now, actually. So he's not going to look too good. And this A1 still at 400k. There's still another A1 300k. Can we get a decreased defense out, please? There we go. Decreased defense weak. Yeah, weaken's already there. Maybe Tholen placed it. See roughly how Tholen's doing. He will have ramped up his passive a bit now. Like, he's hitting for 1 million on his A3. He is 600 on the A1. He should get an A2. 807. I mean, he's hitting, I'd say, a good bit harder. And then we came in and, yeah, at the end of it, 126 million with Tholen. Very similar. Now, to be fair, he has 6-star, but I'm not sure exactly, because again, it's difficult. He can place Weaken, but Lydia's placing Weaken pretty consistently. I still think he will have stacked this up. So he's pretty similar, right? He has a higher stack of Nature's Wrath if he has stacked it, but it's a bit awkward for him. Whereas she is placing HP Burn. No one else is placing HP Burn, so she's very consistently stacking it up for herself. But she's similar to Tholen. Now, Tholen's good. For me, as an endgame player, though, I'm looking at her and I'm saying, where am I going to use her? Would I use her for Demon Lord? No. Would I use her for Chimera? No. She's similarly useful to Tholen. Similarly useful. It's not super exciting, to be honest. It's not super exciting. I'll swap her back to this for a second. We'll put her in the... she's actually in gear. Let's leave her without a relic, but we'll give her the masteries here. That I think... You know what? And I think we should give her think we should give her the... It's tough. Making the magma shield last longer is nice, but God, I think her A3 is going to be crazy. I'm going to stick with this. Give her more damage against shields. Give her more speed, maybe, if she kills people. Yeah. I am going to go like this. Right, just sort of standard masteries. I'll give her a relic in a second. But I want to show you one area where she's cool. But yeah, where would I use her? She's certainly opening up lots of trials for Chimera. She definitely does that. But her damage isn't fantastic. Now, it would be enough to one key. I've got a pretty crazy build. But yeah, she's certainly a lot weaker than Ninja. Absolutely in that team. Much weaker. I think similar to... I mean, she's similar to Tholen. For Demon Lord and for Chimera. For single target bosses, similar to Tholen. And my problem is, a lot of us have Tholen already. And he's easier to get a blessing for, too, than she is. That's rough. Now, for Hydra, she's great. Really good there. But yeah, her best spot, I tried her in a lot of the dungeons. She's actually pretty alright for Ice Golem hard because she activates burns. But she hits really hard, so you're going to trigger lots of counterattacks. So you're going to need a pretty specialized team for that. But she's very impressive. Hopefully this team still works and I haven't ungeared people. But let me show you this. She's really cool for Spider hard. But this was a very intensive team to build. I had to put in loads of turn meter boosters. So we got Lazarius to turn meter boost, Arbase to turn meter boost. I've got a Freya to boost. Then here we go. She's going to go in. Check out this A3. Burn. Smack. Ooh, huge damage. Lazarius going to do a little tickle there. We're going to reset. We're going to boost with Arbase. We're going to boost with Freya. We're going to boost with Lazarius. Here we go. We've respawned the spiders. Boom. Smack. Boom. That's the coolest thing that she does, guys. I think this is a very intensive build. I don't think she needs actually crazy damage gear to pull this off. And you could probably build her with higher speed. I've got her with pretty low speed. But yeah, for example, I tried this with Sifi instead of Freya. She wasn't fast enough. She couldn't take a turn. So I had to bring in Freya as well. So lots of turn. I've got 20% turn meter boost, 30%, another 20%. He's the 20% with the reset. And then they're all boosting again for her to get back to her turn. You could build her faster. You could have area bonuses built up. But it's pretty interesting. It's kind of cool. And there is some potential there. And it certainly shows her power with that A3 in situations. Yeah, basically in situations where she can land all those, she's got multiple enemies to burn and to smack. Like, she really does smack with that A3. And the A2 is good for bosses, basically. You need burns out. Let's try her in Arena, because I'm very curious for Arena. And let's try her. Let's go into my card. Let's auto-equip. What's it suggest? It suggests this. It's done okay. A bit overkill in the crit rate. I mean, it's definitely a worse build, auto-equip. Anyway, let's give her my Carnage gear. I can't even click and drag. There we go. And that's warmed up. Where is my Carnage gear? This will give her some accuracy. And then we'll give her... let's look for... Hey, there's a whole bunch of stuff we can do now. We'll just go to Stone Skin. Do I have any Stone Skin? Attack Ring. Gosh, I don't. I've got terrible Stone Skin gear. Oh, really bad. We're in a bad spot. We might have to just... Can I rework this? And it's a defense ring. Oh, oh, it all works out in the end. Okay. And not preset manager. Damn clicking thing. Let's give us priority on attack. And let's give us priority on speed. For the banner, we can hide the sets. Okay, what do we got? This might actually be best. This one, yeah, okay, there we go. Actually, slightly more HP. Yeah, one speed more. Now, we'll leave her with this one. Okay, save it as a preset in case I misclick and delete stuff. Let's sell some accessories. I need to be careful because we got loads of champs to test on this test server. I mean, no one's using Rebirth. Sell Rebirth, don't even care. Test server, sell Blood Shield, that's fine. Sell Supersonic, hopefully that's not Shadowkin. No, Sylvan Watchers, it's fine. There we go. Okay, let's give her a relic. Let's give her Cat's Case. Let's go all out. Let's see what she can do with a good relic and see, can she kill people and get going. Hell yeah, I'll give her this. This is cool. She's got a chance for an extra turn when killing an enemy. When she kills an enemy, your next attack ignores more defense and more damage to enemies at full HP. Seems good. Let's try her with Incinerate first. Cool. And yeah, I want to see, can we use her 2 different forms? And let's give these some 6-star glyphs. Pimp her out a good bit. 7%'s good. Okay. Bit more. Okay. And a little bit more there. Great. I can ascend it a little bit. It will do. And we don't need to go too crazy. Like, what's the point? But enough to get a vibe. Will she be good in her alternate form? Now, going into PvP, what I expect, I will say, Sulfurion was incredible a few months ago. I think he's almost unusable now. Unless you kind of know what you're fighting. Because Stone Skin takes loads of damage from burn. Juicy. Very cool. But people aren't running Stone Skin as much. And Mercurial is everywhere. So yeah, she would have been an insane anti-Stone Skin champion. And if you are fighting enemies in Stone Skin, and you either know because you've scouted them out in Siege or something, or you're rebattling someone in Tag or Classic, and you know they're mostly in Stone Skin, well, test it out here. I have a feeling she might be able to just delete them, which is really cool. But if they're in Mercurial, it's a bit more awkward. She does have double hits everywhere. There's some potential there. I think still a little awkward. Right, let's go in. Let's see what we can do. Let's set up a team for her. Let's go in with this team. You know what? Yeah, let's put in Marius. And let's put in Fabian. Let's go all out. Let's go crazy. Let's see. Does she feel as useful as Marius? And we can set up the AI presets. We'll just set him to do that. Number 1. I think we'll set up the presets number 1, number 2. And then have her, so she can do this, smack him, and then go into her alternate form. And we can we'll obviously be manualing most of it, but we'll just set up the presets so that they're set up should we need them. She might be a little bit slow. Can I glyph her with some speed? I'm just going to give her a ludicrous speed glyph to make her a bit faster so she'll feel a bit better. And we can rework this to attack her accuracy. Attack's good enough. One thing we could do as well, we could try. It's a limited edition relic. However, there is this one, the Skull of Treason. Burns do more damage to enemies at higher max HP. We stack that with Incinerate. It's a maybe. We'll certainly try it out, but let's try it like this first for a couple of fights. Let's see how we do. We'll manual some fights here. So we're going to boost up. We pushed him back. We're going to lock him out. Excellent. His Donnie's locked out as well. But we do have that Mercurial Predator, which is a bit of a problem. I'm just going to do this. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know if we locked out his Predator. I don't know. We could try splash damage to kill the Predator. No, let's just do this. So we should kill her, right? Let's see. She should easily kill this Hilvy. 300. Yep. She easily killed the Hilvy. Let's see about splashing damage onto Predator. Is that worth it? Yeah, I guess so. She's given us a real big magma shield as well. Let's see about splash damage. Holy shit. Okay. That's impressive. That's a lot of damage. that's a lot of single target damage, fellas. Okay, great. So we got a free attack. That's lovely. Mercurial everywhere, but we've already removed some of it because Temporal Chains is a thing and Marius is a thing. Super fun. No notes from Nub. Cough, cough. Nuke them. Watch this. It's like, yeah, cool. You got Mercurial? Cool. Bang. 200k. You're dead. How about I hit you? 160k. She hit him for 58k. Because he had reaction. Turned it into a non-crit. That's juicy, dude. That is juicy. Okay. She is cooking in Arena. Let's see if we have a team that's tougher and she has to take some hits. Let's see how we do with the Magma Shield. We'll probably run into some Crixias or something that will reset their team or whatever. So we'll keep going for now. Let's see this against Stoneskin. She should be... Oh, shit. She outran it. Okay. We need to find a team in Stoneskin and see how she's going to do. But yeah, just absolute deletion. And then smashed the crap out of him. Beautiful stuff. She's kind of a beast. We haven't even needed to use her alternate form. Yeah, and you go lightning cage. The A2 hit. She's hitting so hard. We could do less. Okay, here we go. Here's a nasty one. This should be cool. This should be very cool. We might test a couple against this team. Okay, hang on here. So, Fabian is faster. Funny, right? We failed to remove some of those buffs. We want a turn meter boost? Yeah, we want to give her increased attack. So let's go. That's a fast fella. So he's going to reset. Hopefully she'll be fast enough to cut in here. I don't know. I know what to expect. He's buffing up everything. We're just gotta go for it. Probably gonna get killed by him. Let's see how much damage will her burns. Let's see if we can petrify him. Oh, great. Okay, we're still alive. So I'm curious about this. So here, she has increased attack, increased accuracy. So the burns will do damage through block damage. Let's take a look. Oh, they all block debuffs. I'm a fucking idiot. All right. Never mind. This is not a good team. I repeat, not a good team to test it against. All right, and we're all dead. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. We see her struggling. Let's try this one. Okay, they got tanky boys. We got tanky boys. That's okay. So you know what? Let's just give her that relic straight up. Because she's clapping. She is clapping like there's no tomorrow. It's actually insane. Let's see this. So this is going to give her a bit more speed, some accuracy. She's going to do... Let's just go all out. Fuck it, right? Let's go maximum damage. Absolute insanity. And I want her to have a bit more speed. I'm going to glyph her up with some more speed to make her faster. So we're just going to go absolute ludicrous just to test this. Because we could be bashing our heads against some crazy teams and not get turns otherwise. I want to make sure she doesn't end up faster than Marius, which she could easily do with these crazy speed. Okay, I think that's fair. So let's see this team here. Okay. I want to see this burn. Does it work? Incinerate, Skull of Treason. So you need to get a Mythical. You need to get a big blessing for the Mythical. You need to have an unobtainable relic as well. If I do this A3, we'll have to restart if he gets enfeebled. He didn't. Praise be. Oh, a Stormcaller. I love the old Stormcaller Marius. We're all stunned. Enfeeble's been spread, but we're still good. She's taking loads of turns. I'm just gonna A2, YOLO. Okay. She can probably just kill nice. Do I want to see that? Do I want to just see the burns? I want to just see the burns first. But I feel like she could probably delete nice and then delete these guys. So let's see this one-time speed. The damage not that crazy there, to be honest. Zibia's Servitude. Oh, he survived a bunch. Can we petrify him? Yeah, he's metamorphed. Let's see. Well, she should do some enemy max HP damage here. And it should do like whatever the pure damage or whatever they said. So let's see this. Against a nice, she'll do some pure damage. And he died from the burns. Okay, so it was kind of useful. The pure damage wasn't that good, to be honest. But it was there. Okay, this is a team that's quite possibly in Stone Skin. Let's see about that. But yeah, against non-Stone Skin, to be honest, didn't seem great. I'm not feeling this. Okay, he's still got lots of Stone Skin. We'll just do this. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. Could I kill Leo straight up? I don't know if I could. Let's kill, just kill Raphael. Okay, great. Oh, triggered his passive. Oh, Leo. Oh. So, that's cool. That's super cool. Let's see, can she break his Stone Skin right here? I think she probably can. No, he resisted. Oh, are we going to lose because of that? Yeah, we are. That's heartbreaking. She killed him with a magma shield. Leonardo smacked us and killed himself. Let's see that again. That's super cool. I'm not feeling the the Incinerate Skull of Treason build. I'm feeling like you just keep her in her base form. You use the alternate form as a, oh shit. It's not a great place to be, in my opinion, for this champion. We'll do this A3, smack him. He's going to smack. That hurts a lot. Hell of a lot. Let's see, we just remove him. We'll make life a lot easier. Bang. Oh, okay. What if we do this? Okay, didn't actually hit that hard. Leo didn't kill himself this time. But we're still in it. We are still in it. She's back alive. She's revived with a magma shield, which is cool. Wait, he had stone skin and he got stone skin back again? What the fuck, dude? Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even fucking know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this. I am feeling more, you go, if you're running her for PvP, I think you go this, you give her, go back to our a damage relic, and you just go crazy, right? You just go crazy, deleting dudes, maximum damage. Maximum damage, lightning cage to protect the magma shields, to protect her stone skin, safety, all good stuff. We boost up, lock him out. I guess we might as well actually do this, because fuck, he's gonna wreck us anyway, right? Nuke, 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 kill one of them. I think she can kill him. I'm not 100% sure. So what happens if we do this? So she's killed him. She's killed him as well. Great. Yeah, just huge single target damage. Got her A1 even. Clapping. Absolutely huge single target damage. Yeah, let's do a couple more fights. But there you are. Hopefully fair. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. This might just kill Fabian. Yeah, he's dead. YOLO. Okay, let's see how she does here. If she gets a turn, we're laughing. Oh, the block buffs sucks. Oh, she lost her magma shield. That fucking sucks. So now she can't ignore him. That sucks, dude. That really sucks. Kill the chicken. She almost killed herself. Whew. Did the splash damage ignore his... Does he not have... Why does his passive not trigger? Am I missing something? What happened there? That was weird. Let's try Scratch's team. What could possibly go wrong? But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with her base form in PvP. It's doing huge damage, and the magma shield is nice. She is going to be squishy. She will have some problems, but yeah, let's see. Can we lock him out would be good. God, he resisted. That's insane. He resisted. Okay, come on, lightning shield. Lightning cage. Ugh. But she could kill them with A1s. She can absolutely... Oh, but Predator's been reset. I think we're dead. I think we're probably dead. Let's see if we can kill her. Can we get a turn? It would be great. Soften her up. Come on, get a turn. Let's see this. This should be kind of funny. Pop. That did way less than I thought it would. Okay, and then we're super dead. Yeah, we're so dead. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah. Interesting though. Okay, couple of them on auto as I sum it up. But yeah, in short, she is her alternate form, very good for AoE. Very, very strong for AoE fights. So particularly wave content, Hydra clan boss. She's okay for some of the other bosses. Not insane, I would say, but she's okay. Actually, what I'd love to do here, I'm not sure how she's going to interact with the Nice and the Freya passive. I think she just absolutely deleted Nice. Yeah, she absolutely deleted Nice. That's quite good. But she didn't get an extra turn. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let's see here, actually. Her A2, we get a go at any point. Push the Nice back, I suppose. Ah, don't kill her. Bro. Her A2, double damage if the target's under shield. He's under shield. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. She has no chill. I want to keep her in this base form. Oh, she's stuck in the base form. Yeah, don't go alternate form. Stay base form. Destroy everybody. Whoa. Yeah, but anyway, her alternate form, very solid for Spider, for Hydra. It's going to be really good as well for, excuse me, for Grim Forest, right? Lots of bosses in Grim Forest. You're going to want burns. She is an AoE damage dealer with some enemy max HP damage, burn damage, decreased defense, decreased attack. She's got survivability, damage boost for your team. I think she's a great generalist. For me as an endgame player, would I use this alternate form? I don't know. I don't know if that would be useful to me, but it is interesting. What is much more interesting to me, though, is this base form has really impressed me. This has ended up being far stronger for PvP than I expected. Huge damage, huge ability to secure kills with basically every single attack. She's going to be squishy. She's going to have problems, but I think there's good potential there. So, in short, I think for an endgame player, possibly a strong nuker for PvP. I don't know if she'll be super meta. But she's quite good for PvP, I'll be honest. And Magma Shield, because it's coming from this one is from a passive, so I don't know if this one does this one reduce Mercurial. I'm not sure. This one certainly would, I think, if she gets hit by people at Mercurial. The Magma Shield should remove Mercurial, 1 stack at least per hit, I think. But yeah, I think looks very, very solid for PvP. Good for PvP here. So usable, definitely. Definitely usable. Huge damage potential. The alternate form for PvP, I'm not sold on it, but I think it'd be good earlier game. Gives you a bit of an anti-stone skin option, but it's difficult to actually use that. But yeah, her alternate form for endgame, not so good. Now, I think for a progression player, earlier game player, be very excited about that alternate form. It's going to be great for lots of content. And you got a good PvP champion in her base form as well. So quite nifty, to be honest. I do think one problem is you're going to need quite different builds, right? You're going to want Lightning Cage and Stone Skin, probably, for her base form for PvP. And you're going to want like a PvP-focused Relic and Masteries. But on the other hand, for her, and you can ditch accuracy entirely. You're not really going to use her alternate form, I think, much in PvP at all. On the flip side, her alternate form needs accuracy and really wants Nature's Wrath. And really wants 6-piece Merciless gear. She wants it because she wants to get back to the A3 as quickly as possible, really. It's a totally different build, so it almost feels like you're getting two... Even though they're both attack champions, I do question how usable it will be to use both forms of this champion. Ironically, even though the stats are quite similar, I think you're kind of building for one or the other. I think it's going to be hard to use both at the same time. You're going to have to swap their gear. That's free. That's not a problem. But the Relic, the Masteries, and the Blessings, you can't swap. So that is going to be a bit of a sticking point. So, yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's a look at Cinda Forgeheart. Let me know your thoughts. I was going, after doing the PvE testing, I was thinking she's okay, but not great. Like, sort of an Aphidus sort of character. Like, useful, but not essential. Like decent, good, amazing progression, not great endgame. But her base form, pretty intriguing. The base form is intriguing for PvP. That makes me more excited for her. But yeah, we'll see. I am concerned that she's going to be very squishy. She's going to be very vulnerable to lockout. Don't know. She could be very good against some event dungeons as well. Would I rather pull her or Theodosia or like Joan or Sabriel? I'd obviously rather have Theodosia or Joan or Sabriel. And you need to get a soul for her to really be at her best. But I think Cinda is looking okay. Let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.